Hi, my name is John Ferrie. I'm from Freedom 301 in the outskirts of Cape Town, area called Paarl, and welcome to our place. Yeah, the whole project came together. Being so far out of Cape Town, and very few places that one can find when you come out here. To come after work, have a chilled sundowner, good drink, cold beer. In this area, there are very few places or opportunities for us to be able to do that. So there was a guy who opened this up, who took this building from the farmer. He put a bar in here, and we all started frequenting it, and then we started putting in our own motorcycles in here to help him with his decor, and it kind of went and grew off that. Then the guy came to us and he said, hey, he didn't want to be in the bar business any longer. So we said, fine, we'll take it over from you. And that's how we came up with the concept of, well, firstly, we had nowhere to really store our bikes. And of course, our wives and girlfriends didn't know how many bikes we actually really own. So we had to confess and keep the place. That's how where the whole Freedom 301 concept really came about. Well, we're still in the early phase of our business. It's only been going a couple of weeks. We are obviously focused on trying to attract functions. It's geared up for that. We've hosted a function for over 700 people already. We're obviously getting into some photo shoots, which seems to be quite popular. And then of course our weekend activities. Friday nights, we're the only place in the whole area that has live music. We focus on 70s and 80s music. You can come here on a Friday night and you'll find families out here, kids running around, playing around on the dam, up and down in the jungle gym areas and stuff like that. And we just play really cool music, and it's a really nice, we dial up on sunsets. It's one of the few places that you have a proper sunset over the mountains. So we have got Paarl Rock in the background here, and then of course the mountains that sit behind us. It's something that's quite special, it's quite unique. Yeah, well, we're very proud of the fact that all the bikes that we have in here are quite unique and special. Everyone's pretty much got quite a nice special story to it. And we can start off here with this. It's the only one in the country. It's called the Bouget. It's owned by one of our really close mates, Pete van der Spey. It was a hand-built bike for him. The bike right next to it is a bike that's very close to my own heart. It's a genuine 1981 CBX 1000. It was the first 6-cylinder motorcycle that was made. And so when they came out with this bike, it came out with 3-into-1 exhausts. I used to go to Dave Peterson's shop in Johannesburg and always wanted to know whether whether there was a picture of this bike, because we saw it and he was selling them and he was racing them, and eventually he had an A1 poster, which he signed and he gave to me, and I put it on my bedroom wall. And I said, one day when I have the opportunity, I'll buy one of those bikes. And fortunately, 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to buy the bike. It needed a little bit of TLC, so we gave a complete workover. It's only done 1,500 kilometers, believe it or not, in terms of its actual mileage. And then I remember going to watch these bikes being raced at Kyalami racetrack, and they all raced with 6-into-1 exhausts. And in those days, it was a brand called Bassani that they would race them with, but Bassani are no longer around. So therefore, I was introduced to a guy who works out in the Isle of Man and who races these bikes still till today. And so we got him to make the exhaust, and we shipped it out and put it in. The bike in the far corner over there is owned by a very dear friend of ours as well, a guy called Gary Pretorius, who no longer lives in South Africa. He wanted to actually sell the bike, so we convinced him not to. We convinced him to rather give it to us and keep it on show. That bike has quite an interesting history, even more so now though, because most of that bike was built by Ola Ness, who is unfortunately no longer with us, passed away a couple of weeks ago. And then it was assembled here by Joe Goldstone. Well, we've got 2 GP bikes. They were actual genuine bikes from '99. They were brought out by a South African guy about 8-9 years ago. He brought them out here to do some activity with it, with Corona, and just never got around to it. And so I got to hear about these bikes. They were standing in a warehouse in Cape Town, in Woodstock actually. And we approached the guy and told him what we were building and what the concept was. We did a deal with him. So lucky to own those 2. Very special. One was actually raced by Max Biaggi when he was #1 in the world, which is quite cool. In the far corner there is an S&S Harley. combination bike. It's got a nice story to it. It's owned by one of my partners in this business. One of our dearest friends is actually suffering with cancer, and we needed to raise funds to be able to help get a donor out from Europe. And that was the big function that we had here for over 700 bike guys who came out here. And Robert was very kind enough to put this bike up for raffle, and we needed to raise 2 million rand, and we did. We raised the money. So the person who won the bike actually was very kind enough to say, well, who lives in Belgium, but said no, he's happy for us to keep it in the shop for him. So in actual fact, his Belgian brothers were out here last week to come and take photographs of the bike. So that bike saved someone's life, which is a great story to be told. The PE is one of our partners' bikes, one of his first off-road scrambler bikes that he got it there. And then right next to that is the Honda SS50, which was one of the 50s that I always wanted to own when I was a young man. And they were very hard to come by because they were the only Honda 50 that was in its time. Now we're talking about late 60s when they came out. That was a 4-stroke that competed against other 2-stroke bikes in its class. So they weren't very fast, but they were very reliable. It's quite special to have that bike. Also, one that I know of in South Africa, because you just can't find parts, and these ones have been completely refurbished back to original, 100% original. So we're quite proud of that. Then another a bike that's very close to my heart is my first Harley-Davidson project that I ever did. I remember going to see a guy, somebody by the name of Joe at Harley-Davidson in Cape Town, and I went to him and said, I'm looking for an old-looking kind of Harley that I can make it look like something that I've built. And I bought one of his bike rentals, which is this Heritage Classic. I then took this bike and redesigned in terms of everything. The themes, the bags, the skulls, the grips, the mirrors, the headlights, right, to all the trimmings to the rims and everything like that. They are actually, when it sourced the parts out of the US, had them done. Actually had the rims made in a place called, in Louisville, Kentucky, in an area called Bowling Greens. There's a factory there. I used to always go out and visit the Corvette factory every time I went out there to go and visit Jack Daniel's guys. And I would then go and see these machineries and making of these rims. So I went to this guy, sat with him and showed him my design, and we sat together and we had a set of rims made for the bike. So pretty much everything that sits on that bike has kind of like really been handcrafted and made. I then moved on, had it for a couple of years, and then I decided, regrettably sold the bike to another friend of mine who's part of the Harley-Davidson club, and he actually picked up the phone when he heard about the project, what we were doing here. He picked up the phone and just said to me that he's still got the bike, and if I'm interested in buying it back, he's very happy to sell it back to me. Very blessed, feel very happy to have that bike back, and definitely never going to sell it again. You know, the thing for us here is our venue is all about just coming here and having fun. You know, come here, have fun, feel relaxed, chill. We've got a great setting. We're going to have great food, great environment. You can come and play pinball machines. We haven't really spoken about pinball machines, but one of my other passions in life is pinballs. We've even got our own arcade machine room or arcade room here. You can come and play for free, which is cool. You can play Pac-Man, you can play Space Invaders, you can. I think we've got 6 pinball machines standing here at the moment that you can come and play. And it's a great family environment. It's a really cool place to just come, chill, have a good burger, have some nice cold beer, obviously some Jack Daniels as well, and yeah, have fun. I think that's the most important message that we want to send to our people is come out into the country, come sit and have some fun with us.